It's cutting your head.
Last time, huh?
It's cutting your head a little bit.
Okay, we'll adjust it, sir.
I'll do this.
You got it? It can go back further. If you have to reposition on the other side, whatever.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Sir?
Okay.
Ma'am. Please. Miss Monday. I want you to take that off live, okay?
Okay.
Do you mind? We good? Are we good? You good?
Yes, Bishop.
Okay, please don't have it on live.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you're good.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bishop Greg, G-R-E-G-G, middle initial L, last name G-R-E-E-R. President of Freedom First International. Also representative of the Semaj Crosby Coalition for Justice, which we have representatives here tonight. We're here simply because we have two people who have been people of interest in the Semaj Crosby homicide investigation. They want to bring their story forward. We say persons of interest, but we also know them as suspects. They are here tonight. We are here tonight because we want the air cleared once and for all. We want to make sure that at the tail end of this particular media briefing, that these young ladies who said that they are 100% innocent, and we stand by them in their testimony, their information is heard. The way that we are going to do this is we're asking that you reserve your Q&A, and we'll allow each one 10 minutes to tell specifically their version of what happened, 10 minutes, and then we can start a Q&A until we decide to end. And at the very end, the very last question that we want to ask, and I hate to do it, but we have to, I want to be very specific, is the very last question: what do you believe happened to Semaj? Please reserve that to the very end. If no one has a problem with that, then we can proceed. When you folks come up, just say your first name and last name and spell it for the press, and then we'll take it from there. Okay? You okay? All right. Good. I'm good.
My name is Tamika Robinson. My first name is spelled TAMIKROBINSON. Well, I'm just here to tell my side of the story of the day that the event took place and I was there. Well, I was at home with my kids and they was getting ready to get off of school. My son got off of school about 3:30. So we got off the bus and me and my other 3 kids got dressed and walked around the corner. When we met around the corner, you know, it was Miss Darlene sitting in her car. Her daughter was on the passenger side. And it was Cherie standing by the back of the car. And it was Jamarion, Tayana, and our kids standing outside playing. Like I said from the beginning, the baby was not there. I haven't seen her not one time since I've been there. So, after all that happened, the kids started dancing. My son, Kamarion, ran in the house and started playing in Cherie's purse. So when my baby started playing in Cherie's purse, that's when Jamarion ran my baby outside and said, "Hey, this baby in here playing in somebody's purse." So when he said that, Lucretia walked in the house. Lucretia walked in the house. She said, "Hey, baby mama, come here and get your purse." So when she told her to come in there and get her purse, she went in the house. So me, Miss Darlene, and Miss Darlene's other daughter, and all of us were still sitting outside. Just sitting outside listening to the music still. So in the front of the house, they have like a window sitting in front of the house. Like the screen is missing on the window. So I stuck my head in the window. And I'm like, what y'all in here doing? Sure, you got a charger. She was sitting on the end of the couch. I guess Lucretia was in the bathroom doing something, whatever she was doing. So that's what she said. Yeah, I got one plugged up right here. It's like a stitcher cord they had going through the living room. I walked in the house. I put my phone on the stitcher cord. And I stood up in there. Lucretia came out and said, could you flat iron my hair? I said, I don't care. She asked me to flat iron her hair. She said, well, let's just go to your house and do it. And I said, well, we can go to my house, because she said something about the roaches. So I said, we can just go to my house and we can go do it at my house. So she told me to grab the charger, because it was hers, and the flat irons. I grabbed the flat irons and I grabbed the charger. I walked outside. Miss Darlene was still sitting in the car, her and her other daughter, and I said, can you give me a ride around the corner, because there's not enough room in the little green car. So when I asked her to give me a ride around the corner, there wasn't enough room in the green car, Miss Darlene said, yeah. So that's when like I told them, I don't know when the ice cream came to play. Nobody told me anything about ice cream. We were supposed to go to my house for flat iron Lucretia's hair. So after we got done in the car, first the keys was, couldn't find the keys. Because Jamarion and the girl and Tiana walked next door to Dorian's house. So when they walked over next door to Dorian's house and they couldn't find the keys, that's when Dorian pulled up and she asked where was Tiana at. That's when Miss Darlene called Jamarion's phone. And when she called Jamarion's phone, Jamarion came outside and T-Mac. And T-Mac got in the car with his mama. And Lucretia asked Jamarion, like, hey, where the keys at? And then, did you see him? He said, yeah, they was in his pocket. And they started fighting. Like, ooh, you had the keys the whole time. So after they started fighting and saying about the keys, they finally get in the car wouldn't start. So after the car wouldn't start, they called the dude around the corner, Doug, to come over there and jump the car off. So when Doug finally came over there and jumped the car off, we getting ready to leave, Sharif got out the car to the passenger side, yelled at Miss Darlene car, says, my baby in the car with y'all. I bust out laughing. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, girl, I ain't seen your baby since we been here. Miss Darlene said, don't pay that girl no attention, because she crazy. So Cretia and Sharif walked in the house, and when they came back out, she was hitting her hand. Cretia was hitting her hand like, no, not for real. This ain't no joke. We can stop laughing. Semaj is not in there. After that, that's when the search started. But I've been saying, like I said, from day one, I ain't seen the baby. She was never there when I got there. So, only going by what Miss Darlene and Lucretia told me. They said that Sharif took her baby in the house when the DCFS lady was there to change her pamper because she was fussy and she needed her pamper changed. And they said that was the last time they seen her. So, I see the story. I don't know about that. I don't know about Sharif taking her baby in the house and changing her pamper. I don't know about that. So, like I said, I can't point the finger at Ms. Darlene. I can't point the finger at Lucretia. I can't point the finger at Sharif. I didn't see nobody do nothing because I haven't never seen the baby. So, I'm just here to just tell my story. So, my name is Semaj Crosby.
Hello, I'm Darlene Crosby. DARLENE COSBY. I am Semaj's grandmother. That day, how it all started. That day, I seen Christian in the park at the field, and I was right down the street. And so I called her and I asked her, what y'all doing? She said she took Shuri to the babysitting place or whatever. And I asked her how long have they been there? And she said for over an hour, and they almost done. She said, yeah. So I said, well, I'll go to the house and we'll wait for the kids to come and I'll take everybody to Dairy Queen. So she was like, okay. So I went and when I made it to the house, I bagged in. When I bagged in, about 5 or 6 minutes later, a car pulled up in front of Shari's house. At that point, I didn't know who she was or who was in the car. A few minutes after that, Shuri and Chris and the little kid pulled in. So my car is bagged in. Chris's car was pulled in. The lady get out the car and she had a whole bunch of papers. At this point, we still don't know who she was. Shuri get out the car They're standing in the door. This is the door. Come to find out it was a DCFS lady. She stood here, Cherie stood here. The DCFS lady didn't go no further. She was there for about 30, 45 minutes. At this point, we didn't know what was going on. She thought that the DCFS lady was coming for her kids, but she wasn't. She was coming for Jakai, which is my other grandson, Cherie's son. But he was already in the hospital. So about 30, 45 minutes later, the lady leaves. I'm in my car. I'm waiting for the kids to come home from school. First he came home with CJ, which is Cherie's oldest son. He came home. Then my daughter came, the bus from there, and then Jamarian and Tiana, they came to the house. I told Lucretia that we were going to Dairy Queen. And that's something that I always did. Not just that day, I always took the kids to Dairy Queen. When Tamika and them came over, I said, I'm not taking 4 more people to Dairy Queen. And but the kids was playing, and everybody was playing, everybody was getting along, it was hot. I was playing music from my phone. And I said, you know what, Tamika don't know this, but I'm just gonna take her and her kids as well. When it was time for us to get ready to go, I was still sitting in my car, so whatever happened with the hair, doing the hair and stuff like that, I didn't know until after they came back out. When they came back out, Tamika said that we're going over her house, and I told Krisha, I said, well, we'll go on the west side later. But she didn't know that I was going to take everybody, because that's something I did the night before. I just had went and bought a whole bunch of stuff to be fixed at Tamika's house, because that's something that we did. So when, as she stated, all that was true about the keys and the car wouldn't start and all those things. So at this point, I'm still in my car. I never get out of my car until I came back after Cherie came out and said her baby wasn't there. Everybody started looking. Her son and my son took off on foot. I took off in my car. Christian took off in her car. Everybody just started looking. When I came back, that's the first time I got out of my car. So I go in the house. It was starting to get dark. I'm looking for Cherie. She's in the backyard, her and CJ coming from the house next door to your left, not the house to the right. She's fussing at him, saying stuff, and he like, well, I don't know, and I don't know. That's all he was saying, CJ was saying. So Carisha thinking that me and Sharif, I'm gonna argue with Sharif, what I was saying was I need an extra set of eyes in my car because it was getting dark and I'm driving. So after that point, I asked Tamika, I said, you know what, Sharif's not coming. Can she come with me? Tamika said, yeah. So at this point, when whoever was calling the police, I don't know, because I was out looking for the baby. When the police got there, Sharif took off for over 2.5 hours. So the police and different teams was approaching me. And at this point, it was like vultures. Everybody was just coming at me. I'm the grandmother, but Sharif couldn't be found. So I asked, they wanted a picture so they can do an Amber Alert. And I didn't know how to do it and send it to his email, so I asked Tamika to do it for me. After Tamika did all that, everybody started coming. About 2 hours later, I spot Sharif. I told the police, that's Sharif right there. I tried to take her by her arm and bring her over, and that's when me and Ashley get into it. And I start saying, it's not about nothing but finding out where Tink is at. And Tink is Semaj, that's what I call her. So at this point, it started getting later and later and later. And it was still a bunch of people having went home. We had kids that was there, Tamika kids there. People were hungry. Them children was hungry. So I gave Tamika and a friend of mine a bunch of money to go get 8 or 9 pizza. And as I was saying, it was getting dark. and people needed flashlights. So I sent a friend of mine, gave her some more money to go get a bunch of flashlights. At this point, and we did. So we started going to the fields and stuff, driving in the field. I told her, I don't think we can take a car in there. But she didn't care. She drove my car through the fields and everything. But what Cherie didn't know is that she was spotted getting in this black truck. She was spotted getting in the black truck. After time had passed, we still up. The next day comes. Cherie has a lawyer. We don't know what happened. The police went to her house. I was questioned. I went downtown over 16 hours. My kids went down there. My sister went down there. Everybody from the Crosbys was in the detective office. I did not have a lawyer at all. I didn't get a lawyer till the next day. And I was being questioned when I received a lawyer. The lawyer came to me. As the time went on, detective came and got me on this Wednesday and said that, what if I said that Cherie said that I may have hurt Tink because I thought DCFS was going to take her. And from that point on, I knew that Cherie was starting to run. So that's basically, and after all that, when I left on Wednesday, no one on Wednesday could go in Cherie's house. Not us, not the police. No one was allowed back in Cherie's house. She said she didn't want anyone else in the house. So Wednesday, the entire day, no one was able to go in there but her sister and her cousin. That was it. I'm Darlene Crosby.
So for the purposes of clarity and for the purposes of time, because I know that there's deadlines, I just want to get to the Q&A. And what I'll do is wherever I can provide clarity for everything, I will, because I also represent the family, all right? So I'm just saying that because they want to make sure that
I have a question first for Darlene and then for both of you. Darlene, you said, I think something might have happened to what? What was the name you had for Semaj?
Tink.
Teeny?
Tink. T-I-N-K.
Tink. I beg your pardon.
But
Okay. And then how much time from the time you started telling your story to when you said that you believe Cherie said she can't find her daughter, how much time was that, roughly, that story that you just told, like in real time? Ish. I know it was a while ago.
Well, when we was in the car, when they couldn't start the car, me and her was still in my car, and the kids was in my car, but they was jumping all over my seats. So I told them they need to get out the car and just go play. By the time they got the car jumped off, and it was time to go do hair, for her to do Krisha's hair from that moment on. When they went in the house.
But was it minutes or hours or?
Minutes. It was right after that.
Okay.
Right after that. The only person that was in the house was Cherie.
So from the straightening rod and the charger to the time that somebody said until Cherie said I can't find my daughter, that was roughly minutes.
Right. Well, after the straightening, getting the curling irons or whatever, the car wouldn't start. So it was a guy around the corner. They had to walk it over. It wasn't that you take another car, 2 cars, and jump it off. He had a battery pack that he set on the car, so it takes about 20, 30 minutes for the car to even start.
We appreciate the level of detail that you're giving us. We're just trying to figure out from the time you got there to when.
From the time that I got there, it has to be like about or something when I made it around the corner. So she called the police about 6 of them. So it hasn't been about an hour.
Okay.
It hasn't been about from an hour to like an hour and a half. From when she first said that her baby was missing. It was about an hour and a half later. Almost 2 hours.
For her to call the police.
I don't know,
Say
because
that her
I
baby
was out looking. So if my baby was missing, I would have called right then. Everybody just started. She never left the house to go search for the baby. We all did. She stayed at home. So in your mind, you assume that she called the police. Didn't no one have a clue that she didn't? You know, we were looking for the baby. We all was not there. We left to go search for Ting. Cherie still was there.
So how long had you each been at the house before you heard her say, I haven't seen the baby? How long were you there before anyone noticed?
I was there for like 2 hours altogether. From the time that when I first walked around the corner to the time that they said that the baby was born, I was there altogether. It had to be like about no longer than 2 hours.
And did you
Because
know
I was
where
there.
Semaj
I was
was
there.
between that time? Why not?
The reason I didn't because I don't know they like that really. And so when I got there, I don't know her, so she could have been in the house, she could have been in here.
So you don't know. So
I don't
just for
know.
people wondering, your relation to the baby is what?
I don't know.
Just
a
I don't know.
family
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
She comes over. That's my friend.
Okay.
You know, and you know, she met Cherie in Springfield. We all live in Springfield.
And Lucretia is your daughter.
Lucretia's my daughter.
Okay.
So did either of you see Semaj at all
I didn't.
Yeah.
that day?
Yeah, the DCFS workers, she seen Ting. We all did. I gave Ting and all the kids. I was in the car cleaning my purse. I was just in the car, just listening to music. It was hot. And I gave all the kids airheads. But Semaj, I gave her an orange airhead. And I gave her a ginger apple.
Can we just say Semaj just for clarity purposes so we don't get like
This is kind of hard
I
because
know
I'm
it
so
is.
used
I know
to
it is.
Ting.
I'm sorry.
Ting is Semaj. That's what I call her. It's Ting.
Wait, so you said you didn't see her, but now you're saying that you did. So
No.
who didn't?
I was there. They was all outside. Even Semaj was outside dancing.
What
When
time?
it was about 3-ish, a little after 3, because the kids started getting out of school and making it home like about 3:30.
So 3 o'clock, you see
CJ
Semaj.
comes home first, and then Shantania, and then Jamaria.
3 o'clock, you see
So
Semaj.
about when the DCFS day, when I pulled in, when I came, I was the first one there back then. The lady came, didn't know who she was, and then a little bit after that, Christian came. From that point on, Tink was at home.
The DCFS woman was there for Jakari, who is Tink's
Well, Jakai?
brother. Jakai, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
So did the DCFS person, that woman, did she, as far as you know, ever see Semaj?
Yeah, they was
Okay.
all outside. They started throwing shoes in between them. The DCFS lady, this is the door. The DCFS lady stood on this side of the door, inside the house, and Cherie stood right here. They started throwing shoes. Donovan, Jabari, Creature Little Boy, and Harmony and Team Semaj started throwing shoes between the two. You know, but the DCFS lady, she never left her spot. Cherie never left her spot. The only time the DCFS lady left was when she left and got in her car and left.
But you said Cherie went missing for a couple hours.
Right, when the police came, after the police came, Cherie left for over 2 hours.
After they got there.
So at 3 o'clock, you saw Semaj.
Yeah, she was
Then
there.
what's the next time frame? Between how many hours went by and you didn't see her? When did you notice you didn't see her?
I don't know, but probably about 3:45, maybe.
3:45, you realized you did not.
It wasn't about realizing it. All the kids still was outside. Tink needed her diaper change. She was sleepy. She ate a whole bunch of candy and juice. and her shirt had a whole bunch of juice on it. So I wasn't paying no attention. I'm in my car. My granddaughter Harmony is shy, and she started doing moves that we ain't seen before. So we was like edging her on, like go Harmony, edging her on. So she had danced. We was focusing on the kids having a good time. We playing music. My mind ain't thinking that I gotta watch this baby because she's not finna come back. Our focus on letting the kids have a good time. Cherie was out there dancing too.
So at 3 o'clock, you see Semaj. You arrive at the house. At 3:45, what happened? You said
About 3:45. I don't know what happened. Like after that, because everybody still was dancing. When Tanika came up, everybody was dancing. She was dancing. I didn't get out the car, so I wasn't dancing, but I was bobbing to it. Everybody was dancing. When Cherie went in the house to take the baby to go get her diaper changed, did nobody expect for the baby not to come back out?
What time is that?
And when,
I don't know exact time. It was going on 4.
so at 3:45, you say Cherie took Semaj inside.
I'm not gonna say at 3:45.
Around
Yeah. She went in the house. The baby had juice on her. I gave all the kids juice. CJ went in the house and got the juice. There was juice boxes, 6 in a pack. I gave all the children juice boxes and I gave them Airhead candy. Semaj, hers was all over her shirt, and she just had on some little pants, but her diaper was so full it was full. So you can see the bulge. She needed her pepper change.
So she goes into the house. Cherie
Yeah.
allegedly changes diaper, whatnot, and then
Right.
what happens?
I don't know, because I'm in my car. We in the car listening to music. We not paying attention. Like, I can't see through a building. I can't look through a house.
So when does Cherie come back out and say my baby's missing?
When it was time for us to get ready to go. Because Carisha had asked Cherie, is she still going to go? And Cherie said no.
Go to get ice cream.
Yeah, she said no.
But what time is that when she suddenly says, I don't know where Semaj is?
Yeah, when did you learn that?
Right when after the car got jumped off.
I mean, you're saying 6 o'clock? Is that what you said? No.
Hours later? How long?
Yeah, because we still have to
Couple hours.
a while.
So 3 o'clock, Semaj, at 3:45, she goes inside to get a diaper change.
And to change her clothes
So about-
because she was wet.
So about what time? So that was 3:45. Was it an hour later that you heard that she was? How did you hear it? When?
It was about probably about an hour, because this is what I'm trying to say. When Cherie took Tinker to the house, I'm in my car. I'm playing with the rest of the kids. I'm not paying that no mind. I'm not even focused on that.
You're not worried about your granddaughter.
I'm not. Why would I worry about her when she's in the care of her mother?
Okay, just wondering.
I'm worried about all the kids, but all the kids was playing. You saying it like, oh, well, I knew something was going to happen to her, so I'm not worried about her. No, that's not the case. The case was she went in the house with her mama like any other child go in the house with their mother. Don't nobody expect for the child not to come back out.
so as far as you're concerned, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but am I understanding correctly? You believe that Cherie might be the last person who saw her daughter alive?
Indeed. Yes. Indeed. I was in my car.
So you said that you began looking for.
I took off in my car
When?
right when she said that the baby was missing.
It was about 4:45. You're saying?
I don't know the exact time. It was starting to get dark. I don't know.
I made it over there about 4:30. Almost. I made it over there about 4:30. Cause it took my son get off the bus at almost 3:30. Me and my kids got dressed. It's me and all 3 of my kids. When we made it around the corner, it was about almost 4:30. I'm going up like way past like 4:45. I told them in the period time of 4 something when I got there. I've been there for like about 20 minutes. To them saying they wanted to come up miles to go down here. It was no longer than an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So therefore, from the time that I got there, from the time they said they see there at 3:45, I made it there almost 4:30. So it was an hour and something prior time from the time that I got there. It's missing.
So 6. So 5:45, 6 o'clock.
When they called about 6, almost 6 o'clock. They called the police and said,
I don't know
She
who
was
made the
missing.
phone call. I don't know if Cherie called or Carisha called. I don't know who called.
So 6 o'clock is when you're like, something is wrong.
Something is wrong.
Which is also when they called police.
Right, because I was already gone, and then I'm trying to get her to tell me. Then she got her kids there. Somebody got to keep an eye on her kids. It was just a lot of people.
What time is the DCFS visit? Yeah.
It was like around 3 something because the kids hadn't came home from school yet.
But
So
we're
they was-
standing
they was-
outside
they
at
was
3.
on- They was on their way. The kids was on their way home when the DCFS lady got there. So that was after like 3 something.
So, well,
I didn't hear you.
was this a planned visit? Was she expecting?
I don't know. I don't know.
so what were you doing between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock?
Sitting in my car playing music.
3 hours.
Longer than that. That's not the only thing. Do that all the time.
So the DCFS visit is after the kids are outside playing, and then
No, we all got there around the same time. All of us, me, then the DCFS lady, then Carisha, and Sharita, we all got there around the same
right,
time.
and then you see, but you after that you still saw Semaj outside.
Right, the DCFS lady did too. They was all playing.
Okay, and then she left, and then
They still was
Sharif
outside.
takes
They still was
Semaj
outside.
inside.
No, they still was outside playing. All the kids were still
I
outside.
wasn't there
playing.
during the time of PCFS. The school, get out of school, none of that. I
You got
wasn't
there
there.
at 4:20.
I made it there at 4:20 something. Well, no, 4:30. It had to be there every day by 4:30. When I made it around the corner over there. And I wasn't there doing no DCFS, none of that.
No, she was not there. She didn't even know that we were going. Only thing she knew was we were going to the west side. I didn't tell her because when she came, in my mind, I had 9 people to already buy Dairy Queen food. So when she came, her and her kids, I said, we're gonna wait till later when they go home and then I'll buy. But since everybody was getting along, everybody was having fun, everybody dancing, I said, it was hot. I said, you know what? I got $15 extra. I'm going to let her know that I'm going to take her too. It never got to that point because Demarion had the keys, the car wouldn't start, then Tink missing. So it never got to the point to where I actually told her I'm taking them too. She didn't find out about all that until afterward.
When Sharif said that Semaj is missing, when Sharif came out and said my child's missing, she's 17.
She came out and said, "Is the baby in my car?"
But she didn't come out of nowhere.
She
was sitting in a green car and she stood up and she yelled at the car we was in and said, "Is my baby in the car with y'all?"
She wasn't in the house.
She wasn't in the house. No.
So at the end of the day, the baby never was in a car with me or her. She was in my car. I was in my car. She was in my car. Her 3 kids, Cherie's son CJ, and my grandson Jabari.
Was there an adult in the house?
Cherie was the only one in the
But
house.
at the time that she asked about where her baby, wasn't nobody in the house but Lily.
So
Okay,
after she changed the baby's diaper, can I go over this with you, how I think I understand it? And it's rough estimate, we understand this, and we appreciate you going through this over. PM, Semaj is outside dancing. 3:45, mom takes her inside to go change her diapers-ish. About an hour later, Cherie says from the car, okay, where is Semaj?
It couldn't have been an hour later because they said the DCFS left at
like 3 something.
Whatever.
She left like 3 something.
I didn't make it over there
because
till
the child didn't
4:30.
come home till
So that's already been an hour already.
We're saying about
Almost.
5:45, 6 is when Cherie said.
She stole. But when she said where her baby was at, it had to be like about at least 5 something. Like about
Okay.
5:15, 5:20.
Then police are called roughly
That's
around
what the police
6.
was called.
I don't know when the police was called.
And the only reason I know the police was called,
I don't know.
You were in the car with the baby,
I was-
sitting still, or you were driving there?
I left. I drove off. When she said that the baby walked off, or somebody could have came and got the baby, everybody started running and looking. Not just me. Everybody started. And I wasn't finna walk and look for her. I'm finna drive.
Did anyone go in the house and look for her? She's 17 months. She
well, I
probably
told
can't.
you when Cherie yelled at the car and asked was her baby in the car. That's when her and Lucretia walked in the house. She came back out. She was hitting her hand. Not for real, Mika, it's not funny. Somebody's not in there. So my whole thing is, what puzzled me was, this is just me. I mean, like I said, if they say the baby walked off, or the mother or whoever said the baby walked off, why would y'all go in the house to look for her? If she was outside with everybody playing, as they may say, that's a lie. The baby wasn't ever there. I'm not gonna keep saying it. The baby wasn't there. She wasn't there when I was there, period, at all. I didn't see the baby at all, period. Outside, playing with no kids, none of that.
Yeah, she was there. The baby was listening to dancing.
I said when I was
So
there.
Darlene,
When
you
I
think
was there.
Cherie told you that she couldn't find the baby.
She didn't ever tell me anything.
She's told everybody. She did
From the
not.
car.
She asked you if the baby was in your car.
Right.
So
Well, she didn't ask me. She just yelled over there to me and her like, "Is my baby
From the other car.
in my car?"
so instead of going to look in the house, you drove up.
Yeah, everybody that was there took flight
Why? Why did you leave the house to go look for
because
her?
the mother was there. Like that's my granddaughter, not my. I'm not. You know what I mean? This is the thing. That's my grandchild. I have my own children. Anybody that have children are responsible for their children. Just because I'm granny, I have an eye for all the kids. When her kids come, everybody kids. You don't expect for a child to be with the mother and poof, the baby is gone. You don't expect that.
Did anybody see Semaj come out with her mom after she changed her diaper?
I don't know what nobody saw.
Yeah,
I
I
just
never
tell you.
even
I mean,
seen
I
her
don't
take
know.
the baby in the house at all.
You
period.
didn't, but Darlene, you saw her take the
Yeah.
baby and to
Yeah.
change the diaper that was full.
Yeah, she had to change
And
her whole
juice all
shirt.
over the place, but I'm wondering if anybody saw her come out with the baby, or if
There
you
was a
did.
guy
I can't.
on a bike. He rolled by while we were all out there. He seen Semaj himself. We were outside. Everybody was out.
But you seeing her come out of the house, that was the last time you saw Semaj
That's the
when she
last
was
time
brought
I
in
even paid attention to it because you don't expect that.
with mom.
You know, she was with her mom. You know, that's who she was with. So I didn't have to think, oh well, I better go watch this because Semaj may not come out. No, I didn't expect that. It was other children there. We were playing music. I was the DJ, trying to be, and I was flipping songs, you know, trying to get the kids what they wanted to hear. Cherie was outside dancing with us without Semaj. You know, after when she went in there to change her diapers and stuff, Cherie came back outside and started dancing too. She was dancing the whole time.
She was up when I walked up. She was out there.
She was out there
She was
dancing.
linked up against the car. She wasn't dancing.
I'm
she was just
my
linked
car
up
this
against
way, so
That's
this is
when
my
I
window.
walked
Cherie
around.
standing right here. Everybody dancing. Everybody was dancing. So and she didn't look like she was mad or sad or nothing. Nothing. She didn't look like none of that. Everybody what I thought, everybody was having a good time. That's what my thinking was, because it wasn't no problem with nobody arguing, nobody doing none of that.
Have you ever gotten the opportunity, as the grandmother of this child who is no longer with us in such a tragic way, have you ever had the opportunity to ask Cherie straight out, when was the last time you saw your
Last time I
child? What
seen
happened
Cherie-
after the diaper changing?
Last time I seen Cherie was Thursday at Semaj's birthday gathering. I have not seen Cherie. The last time before that was at the funeral. I have not seen Cherie. I have not spoken to Cherie
Why not?
because, for one, I don't know where she at. For two, I have nothing to say to her. I just don't.
But don't you want to know what happened?
I do want to know what happened, but is Cherie going to say, well, I did this? No, she's not going to say that. She's not going to say that. If she was going to say anything, she would have been said something by now, and she hasn't said anything.
So what do you think happened, Darlene? How did Semaj end up living with that?
I don't know how she ended up there.
Was there anyone else in the house other than Cherie and Semaj at that moment?
My daughter had went in the house, into the room. When she came back out, we was all dancing. She was listening to BTS. That's how it all started with my daughter. BTS came on the radio, and that's her group that she's into. And we don't listen to that type of music.
Well, would there have been anyone else in the house with her as she changed Semaj's diaper?
Did you go in the house at all?
I didn't get out of my car.
For 3 hours. You didn't get
I didn't get out of my car for longer than 3 hours.
Then it was hot. Did you have your air conditioning running? I was just wondering, like, keeping all the kids cool in the car.
We didn't have to keep it. It was hot for ice cream. It wasn't no 90 degrees outside. We had to have no air conditioner on. We had the windows down. We had the radio going. I had my aux cord playing music from YouTube. The kids was dancing, music coming out of my speakers. They was having a good time. That's something that we did all the time.
What time did you leave to go get ice cream?
We never did make it to go get ice cream. We never made it.
Are you guys working with police?
I've been working with police since day one.
Have you taken the lie detector test? Yeah. And it was failed, correct?
Well, this is, and I'm gonna say this. Everybody that took one failed it. And the questions were, is the lights on? Is the door closed? Yes. How can you fail if the light's on, if the door closed? How can you move stuff from people's body and say that? I mean, like, it was a hoax. For me, it was a hoax.
Would you take another one?
Yeah, I would take another one.
When's the last time you talked to police? What was that interaction? What did they say?
The last time I talked to the police, the night before, I think.
So that was months ago?
Yeah.
How come?
Because they told me the last time that I talked to the police, they said that they didn't have to speak to me. And they haven't tried to talk to me. They haven't called my lawyer. Anything. I tried to call the detective. I left messages on the stuff that a person was doing and wanted to see stuff. They're not talking to me.
Part
They're
of
not talking to my lawyer.
So the
Part of
spokeswoman for the sheriff's office says that since you got an attorney that you haven't.
That's not true. I was speaking to them when I had an attorney. When I didn't have one and when I did.
What would you like to see happen from here? We understand there's another reason for you coming forward tonight.
I want to see justice for Semaj, and my justice is an arrest and a conviction.
How so? You want more from Will County, a separate investigation?
I would like if Will County did all they could do and their backs against the wall, I would ask for outside help, no matter where it comes from. I would ask for different eyes, new eyes, someone else's intake on it.
What do you think that will do? Or how do
I
you
think
that's
that,
gonna help?
I don't know.
If no one around there knows anything about what happened, how do you think
I don't know. Somebody knows something.
Right. Well,
Somebody knows something.
but you guys, everyone else, everybody's saying we don't know anything.
Well, I'm telling you that I don't know what happened. I was in my car. I can't see through a house, through wood, through a building. I don't know what's up in somebody else's mind or what they may or may not do. Only thing I can do today and what I have been doing is tell the truth. That's it. That's all I can do. As far as anything else, I don't know what Cherie's going to say. I don't know what Tamika's going to say. I don't know what Creature's going to say. I know where I was. I know what I saw. I told what I saw. I told what I did.
So why did you want to come here today? Why is that important if you say you've said all that you can?
Because I was told, basically, I came here today to put it back out there so people won't forget, so people know exactly what I said. Look at everything I said. I said the exact same thing. Nothing's changed. Nothing's going to change. When you're telling the truth, that's all you have. When you're lying, you got to cover this up. Remember what you said about this. Remember what you said about that. I don't have to do that because I don't know how she got on the couch. I can have my own beliefs on who I believe did it. That's all I can say. I didn't do it.
Have you shared those beliefs with the police?
Yes.
Can I
Tamika,
intervene
you didn't
one
get a
second?
chance
I'm
to
sorry.
say
1
that.
second, please. I want to be clear about two things. These young ladies have cooperated with Will County. The attorney on record for Darlene has said that there were 16 hours. If you check the news in the media, over 16 hours of questioning with Will County. So I call that cooperation. They are here tonight again to clear the air because they want to make sure that whatever they say, hopefully this will pressure the person who they feel has done this to come forward. This is the reason why, and both Darlene and Tamika have cooperated on the ground with the community activists to work and make sure that this process goes forward. We got 10 more minutes, but in the next 10 minutes, I just want to say two more things. Both Tamika and Darlene are willing to cooperate going forward with Will County Sheriff's Department to make sure that this investigation is closed, and that's why they're here.
Tamika, you didn't get a chance to answer the question Eric had asked earlier, and that is, what do you think happened to Semaj?
And if you could stand in front of the microphone, because you've been off to the side, just want to make sure we hear you.
Well, I can't really say what I think that happened to her because I don't, like I said, I only went by what they told me. So I wasn't there when the DCFS lived there. I wasn't there when she took her baby in the house and supposedly changed her pamper. I can't verify the story.
You asking me,
I said I can't verify them, so I don't know what happened before I got there.
but you saw, I didn't ask what happened after. I just said what your thoughts were based on the reactions of the people there, based on the reaction of mom leaving for 2 hours.
I had, like I said, me personally, I had thought for a minute it was Lucretia's and Sheree. That's my theory. This person already had played no parts, nothing. Because I said it was only 2 people that was live can't switch their story. So that's just me personally. I mean, that's just my belief. I mean, me period. Like I said from the beginning, I don't got no more. I ain't never had it. I let my kids go to the police station. I signed papers so my kids can go by themselves.
I did too.
You know, I ain't had no problem with it because I ain't got nothing to hide. Like I said, I can only tell y'all from the time that I got there.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got there, I ain't seen the baby. I ain't seen her period. I ain't not one time at all. You know, like I said, I'm just here to say I don't cover it. It's one thing I don't do. So if the line, I'm gonna call y'all. You hear me? I don't care if you're standing right here, I'm gonna call y'all to be. You know, that's just me personally. Like I said, Sheree never came out the house to ask for her baby. That's just at all period. She asked for her when she was sitting in the car. She came, she got out the car, that's when they was started the car. Doug finally got the car there. She opened up the door, she yelled at the car we was in and said, "Is my baby in that car?"
And you saw her in that car for how long before she said those words? And I'm not
how long Sheree was in the car?
That you saw.
Sheree was in the car from the time that they first was asking for the keys.
But I don't know what that is. Is that 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours?
Altogether, it had to be like about 30, 40 minutes.
Okay.
That's not true.
Because
she, Jakai had called in the midst of that. Her son had called her, but he didn't want to talk to her. He wanted to talk to Krisha's son, Jabari, he was in my car. So Sheree had to come over to my car and open up the door and give Jabari the phone. When Jabari was talking to Jakai on the phone, Sheree went back and sat on the stoop while the kids was talking. This was before they even got out of my car. So
this before I got there?
No, you was there.
But she ain't never walked through the car not one time.
Yes, she did. Your kid was in the car.
No.
Your kid, yes.
She
came to my car.
She never walked to the car while I was there. When I was there, I was sitting in the car. She never walked in the car.
Yes, she did.
When Sheree was sitting in that car, Sheree did not get out that car until, I'm telling you, when the time that she asked where my baby was at. When she asked where her baby was at, she walked in the house. And when she walked in the house, after her and Krisha walked in the house, Krisha came back out doing this. That was when Sheree got out the car. Sheree only got, before Sheree, from when she came out the house, that was the first time when my baby played in her purse. That's the time Sheree walked in the house.
So what's your version?
No, see, in the green car, there, okay, like I said, I'm here, the green car here. So that means this door that's on the driver's side door don't even open up. It doesn't open up. So Sheree got out the car when it was time, when Jakai had called, and they could pull records. When Jakai had called, he didn't, like I said, he didn't want to speak to Sheree, he wanted to speak to Jabari. But in my car, it was me, Tamika, CJ, Jabari, and Tamika, 3 kids. And they were standing on the seat then. And after that is when I told them they have to get out the car and go back and play. You know what I'm saying? So Sheree came to the car, gave the little black phone to Jabari, and went and sat on the stoop. From that point on, they got out the car. After I told them they had to get out of my car because they was jumping on my seats, me and her stayed in my car, started listening to blues.
I thought Lucretia was going to be here as well.
She's at work.
Thank you.
All good? Good. Come on, any more questions? Last few questions. We're good.
What explanation did you guys get in the days following Semaj's disappearance? You said that you weren't allowed out.
No one was allowed in the house on Wednesday, Tuesday, and I have to go back that night when it was Krisha, Rika, which is Sharice's biological sister, they had got those two mixed up and said that Krisha was the news door telling Cherie not to say anything. That was not Lucretia. That was Rika. On that news interview, where it was Rika, Krisha, and Cherie. Cherie started, the reporter asked Cherie what did Semaj have on. When Cherie started to say what Semaj had on, Krisha went up her ear and said, no, that's not what she had on. And people took that as Krisha was telling her what to say. You see Rika in the background like rolling her eyes and this and that, because Semaj did not have that on, which she was telling the news reporter, whatever channel she was on. She was telling them one thing, but that wasn't the truth. Krisha is the one that went up and said, no, that ain't what she had on. And after that, I wasn't there, but I'm listening to the whole thing. And if people are just listen to what people are saying and stop making assumptions, they can hear everything for themselves. On Wednesday, that morning, Cherie had a lawyer before Tink was found, before anybody knew anything happened to her. Cherie had a lawyer, and the lawyer said, he tried to get me, he tried to get her. I didn't need a lawyer at that time. No one could go in Cherie's house on Wednesday. The police could not go in Cherie's house. You could not even go on the grass. The only people that was allowed in Cherie's house on Wednesday was Cherie, her sister, her cousin. The same cousin Cherie called and asked about a decaying body because her cousin goes to school. Her name is Chastity.
So were you planning, when did your car die?
Not my car.
Whose car was
The car was it was Krisha's car. The car, we don't know when it died. When I pulled in and she pulled in, the car never was started back up. Until it was, well, not my car. That was Krisha's car. My car was started. But I could not move. Like I said, I'm backed in. Krisha's in front of me. Her car don't work. It needed a jump. I could not do anything until they got a jump. When they got the jump, and when we found out that the baby was supposed to be gone, Carisha backed out, I left. Jamarian, CJ, and other people just started walking around, just trying to see if they could find her, calling her name and stuff. For me, it was easy for me to ride around. For me, because I'm not gonna walk. I had 3 strokes. I'm not gonna walk. You know, I'm just not. For me, it was easier for me to drive.
So you two plus Lucretia and Cherie have been named persons of interest since July. It's been over 3 months. Have you gotten a sense of what, if anything, you could do to kind of clear your names? And
I did. All I could do is, and that's tell the truth. That's the only thing I can do. That's the only thing I know how to do. You know,
Well, I cooperated.
I did everything they asked me to do. I cooperated. My car was blue lighted with the whatever that stuff is. You know, they even put the dogs in my car. You know, it was so many different theories of what I was supposed to have done. This one person putting out to everybody, and for me, it set the whole case back, because everything someone come and lie to the police about, they have to investigate that. They got to find out if that's the truth or not. And when somebody study telling lies about what they think gonna happen, the police still got to go see if it's true or not. So every time that was going on, it was setting the process back. I feel as though all this could have been solved months ago if certain things were not allowed. That's my opinion. Anybody need something else?
I'm sure that this apologize for not knowing. So are you, Semaj's father's mother?
I am Semaj's father's mother.
So have we asked the last critical questions? And I think that it's a lot of moving parts. A lot of it is confusing, I'm sure. But have we asked the critical questions? Did we put it up? Because I mean, we have an opportunity to. I know you folks on deadlines. Did you have anything on it?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I do. But only reason I am here, nobody asked me why I was here. I'm here because my name get brought up into something like that I don't know nothing about. Like, I feel like I walked into a nightmare for the day I walked around that corner. You know, I got 5 kids, 2 grandbabies. I ain't never had a DCFS before. Don't want my kids, and ain't never been in nothing pertaining to hurting a kid at all, period. You know, and I cooperate with police. I still don't even have a lawyer. I don't have a lawyer at all, period. But it's funny that they keep saying, oh, all 4 of them have attorneys. Where's my attorney? What's his name? Can y'all point me in the direction? That's all I'm saying. You know, I cooperate with the police every single day. Like I said, outside my kids. They go down there by themselves. While I was at home, they came back, babysitting my kids, watched my other 3 little kids, and then took me back down there again. You know, so I'm not understanding how I'm not cooperating. They cooperate since day one. But, you know, they just gonna keep saying it anyway that we're not. But I don't even have a lawyer. So I wish they quit saying in the newspapers or on the news that Tamika have a lawyer, because I don't have a lawyer. And I never had one. So, any question y'all still gotta ask me, I can tell y'all anything y'all want to ask me. I'll ask me some more questions.
Who do you think did it? Where do you?
I don't know who did it. I can't even say I think nobody did it. Y'all can ask me who do I think played the party, and I just told you. I said I think that it was Sheree and Christian. I don't know. That's who you asked me who played the party. That's just my heart. That's what I feel. I don't know. Well, who did? I can never say who did.
Darlene, do you think your daughter had something to do with it?
No, she was outside just like us two. We were all outside. The only person who was in the house was Sheree. And to be honest, I can't say, yes, I seen Sheree do this, or I seen Tamika do this. If me and Tamika never speak in life, I cannot lie and say, oh, well, since I met her, I'm going to say she did. No, because she was in the car with me. She was outside too.
So you went over to Sheree's house, so you haven't spoken to her in months.
I went over to Sheree's house now.
And to this day, the day that Semaj disappeared, you went over there.
I went over there. Yeah, because that's where they was going. That's where they were with me.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, so then you were.
Because I feel as though she did this. That's why I don't have anything to say to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, ask your question, like you're beating around. Say what you want to say. Like,
I'm not beating around. I said, why haven't you seen her since then? If you were
why am I supposed to go? Because I got my own things. I got to deal with this every day. Semaj was my grandbaby. Her father is my son. I have a daughter that's going through this. Carisha going through this. Just when Tink left us, it hurted us all. You know, she has my mother, me, her father. You know, my son got his mom and his sister in this. He still has another son with Sheree. I have to stay strong for myself to keep my sanity. And I have to also stay strong for my kids and my grandkids. Do I want to see Sheree? No. Do I believe Sheree did this? Yes, I do. Can I say I seen her do something? No, I can't. But in my heart, I feel as though she did do this. And will I speak to Sheree? No. For what?
Why do you think she did it?
I think that she did. I believe that Sheree is scorned. I believe that she was hurt. I believe that she really, really was her. She didn't know how to deal with it. And I feel as though she did it out of spite.
Spike for what, or she didn't know how to deal with what?
She didn't know how to deal with, if anybody knows, my son and Cherie's relationship, there's nothing on earth that girl wouldn't do for him. As far as anything, like, you can be anybody, and a girlfriend, someone he's talking to, she's coming for you. Point blank, period. It's only, in my eyes, there's only one woman for Cherie, and that's Cherie. He has another lady. They had a daughter. She has 2 girls. Cherie has a little girl. There's only one woman for Cherie, and it's always been that way. You know, I believe that Cherie, when Cherie said, I'll get you, don't worry about it, I got you. When she said that, didn't nobody expect that it would have been this.
Do you believe that Cherie's motivation was to get back at James?
Last questions. Last questions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate Darlene. Okay. Are you doing live from here? With